What's up, guys? My name's Arianna.
And I'm Maple.
And today we are watching Ted Lasso. We're on Season 2, Episode 7.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And be sure to check us out on our Patreon. We do full-length watch-alongs on there. But you can also get early access to future YouTube edits before they're live on the channel.
The Da Vinci Code is freaking funny. I love how it's kind of become a joke in the zeitgeist. Honestly, I enjoyed the Da Vinci Code.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
Ooh. Morning.
Morning.
Are you feeling smothered, Keely? That's concerning.
Well, because now they share workspace again.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot of
Oi.
face-to-face time.
You know, going to your office?
No. I was just going to go to the cafe and get a cup of tea first.
Can I come?
He is obsessed.
He is obsessed, and she's feeling smothered. The poor thing.
That's just not how I am. Like,
You want somebody basically...
yeah, like I'm kind of glued at the hip.
My love language is quality time and acts of service, but I have to say, like, I need time by myself.
All the people simping over Nate online.
I love that.
Backtrack on in a week.
So I guess my problem is I'm alone, like not a lot, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're not... That makes sense, though. Yeah.
like I kind of just coexist.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of, create your own workspace, too. So that's kind of...
Yeah,
I
like,
get that.
I have my spaces like within spaces.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like I'm just consistently interacting with others.
Yeah, that's probably not my case.
Oh, he looks so...
Nathan.
Oh, he just wants praise from his dad so bad.
Nathan. Come on, Dad.
Would you look at that? Like anyone in the newspapers nowadays, wouldn't it? Look at...
They say humility is not thinking less of yourself, thinking about yourself less.
My little boy wonder.
Yes, I remember it's a Wonder Kid. Wunderkind, actually, is what I think I said. But I just didn't...
That's sad.
That sucks. Oh, we're going to get Ted in therapy. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Hi, Ted. Come in.
Hey, I want to thank you again for, helping me out with that little hiccup the other night. I'm actually feeling a lot better, so I don't even know if this is necessary, really.
I think it
Make
is.
yourself comfortable.
I like how she just doesn't even. She's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Sit. You can sit here. Oh,
So excited.
noisy. You know what? Hey, I'll go on the couch. There we go. How about that? Well, you know what? I'll lay down, right? Here we go. Yeah, I'll do that here.
Pay me like one of your
Yes.
French girls.
Top, this is what we'll do. We'll go just...
I love how he didn't want to have his shoes on the table, but he has no problem having them on the couch.
He's Rick James.
Here, that's a little too casket-y, isn't it? Okay, how about... Here, let's do this. All right, how's this? This good?
If you're comfortable.
Probably sitting is best.
She just let him do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, just in the
There was a
normal
chair
chair.
there, though.
Just the normal chair.
There you are. Quite intimate here, in close quarters. You know what it's like? It's like we're on an episode of The Sopranos about all the gratuitous violence.
Okay,
It's a good
she's
thing.
so pretty.
A lot less spaghetti and
Can we just take a second?
You got tissues over there, huh?
Yes, tissues.
What are those for?
Sometimes it gets a bit emotional in here. Sometimes people just sneeze.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, my hay fever's been pretty good over here. Must be a low pollen count. Okay, all right, well.
Does the UK have more fruiting trees?
I was going to say, it must have more
You already
females.
started.
Yeah.
You started when you entered in here.
What? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry about that. I feel like I've wasted a bunch of our time already.
Ted,
But yeah.
don't worry.
Aw.
Yeah, well, of course. Not worried at all.
She's intimidating, but also extremely disarming at the same time.
What do you want to talk about?
What do you...
Why don't you tell me what happened the other night?
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
No.
Oh, God.
Ugh, that's a rough life because panic disorder is one of those things where you don't
Come here. All right, fellas.
address
Look,
it, it gets
there are
worse.
two things you can't ever let the other team know. All right, the first one is your home address. Because mark my words, you'll start having food deliveries and SWAT teams showing up at your front door 24/7. But I digress. The second thing that you don't want your opponent to know is that you're tired. Okay, look, I know y'all are exhausted. I get it. But I don't want you to show it. Okay, I don't want to see y'all walking around with your tired faces all... like just huffing and puffing around the pitch. No, thank you. The only
Look at him
thing
calling
I
it
wanna
a
see from
pitch.
y'all is what, Coach? Game pace, baby. Darn tootin', Vladimir Putin. Offense, y'all gonna stick around here with Coach Nate and Beard. Defense, you're coming with me and Roy. Come on, let's go on the hop. Move it!
No. He's so almost forgot he was there.
I hope you're not too great to train us now.
All right, thank you, Danny. Thank you.
We get to be trained by the Wonder Kid himself.
Very funny, Colin. You stand-up comic now.
Oh my God,
Kind of
he
ironic 'cause I
always
sat you down
digs
the
into
other
him.
day. Right, I need all our best goal scorers on the pitch. Colin, you can sit this one out. Okay.
See,
Strong and capable man.
you are a strong
I'm
and
a
capable man,
strong and
Colin.
capable man. That's my mantra.
Cool.
Aww.
I don't like the sometimes belittlement.
I forgot about this too.
Bro, it's been 2 days, still nothing.
No.
Ouch, man.
Sometimes 3 dots appear, but then they go away again. It's over, man. I've messed up. Don't be so negative, amigo. There might be a very good reason she hasn't replied.
Yeah, maybe she got hit by a bus.
Or a train?
So basically, it's more likely that she lost interest in the relationship.
Okay, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, I don't care if she...
Oh!
3 dots, 3 dots.
She doesn't. Oh.
That's a kick in the plans.
I like how they all got so excited for him, though.
Just answer him. It's been 2 days.
I don't know what to say.
How about the truth? I'd love to meet up, but I'm worried that you can't live up to the fantasy I've created in my head. So
That's true.
I'm gonna let my insecurities keep me from possibly finding my one true love.
Wow.
His favourite film is Ratatouille.
Meet him.
I think it says a lot that he
Favourite movie is
that he feels
Also,
comfortable saying it's
a
right.
goddamn masterpiece.
True.
And I
Ratatouille's
want to see
amazing.
it's about snobbery and how good art can come from anywhere. So stop your dithering and go kill cartoon rat.
Right. Well, what if we meet up and it all goes wrong? I mean, everything always goes wrong. All relationships are a nightmare.
Oh
my
goodness.
relationship is the oxygen that gives me life.
Apart from Leslie's marriage, which is a bloody greeting card of some kind. And you and Roy are just...
Which I guess they're actually married in real life. That's actually his wife.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
so cute.
It's definitely easier when we didn't work together. I just feel like we're around each other all the time. Wherever I go, it's like he's my shadow.
Oh God.
Adorably
Here
hairy
it comes.
shadow.
Not them just scatting randomly.
Why are you jazz scatting? Were you talking about me?
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about you.
Big whoop. You ready to go?
Answer him.
Oh.
Bye.
They're gonna be shocked though.
I love that for them.
Hello.
Hello.
You nearly done?
To-do list as long as my arm.
What? This arm?
Maybe. Oh, wait, that's not helping me.
All right. I'll give you your arm back.
Thank you.
I'll take your neck.
Seriously, I've got a lot of work to do. So if you're going to be here, you need to go and sit quietly on the couch and read your book, yeah? Thank you. That's not helping me either.
What? I'm doing exactly what you said. I'm sitting quietly and I'm reading my book.
You doing exactly what I tell you to do is so fucking hot.
Well, sometimes it's more like it can just be distracting, right? Like if she has things too
Oh.
that she needs to get done, it's like it's really hard when it's like, well, I could hang out with my best friend or I could do my work, and it's like I'm gonna choose to hang out with my best friend every time.
The way I cannot.
Hello, Ted.
What's up, Doc?
I'm surprised you came back.
Yeah, well, I don't quit things.
How are you, Ted?
I'm swell. As well as fine and dandy. How about you, Doc?
So, is this your first time doing therapy?
No, ma'am. My wife and I did couples therapy for a little while.
How was that?
I'm here in London, and my wife is back in Kansas, which is a good thing, because if she heard me referring to her as my wife still, she'd be hopping mad. How long these little chats you do take?
Sessions typically last 50 minutes.
10 minutes for
charge by
notes,
the hour,
baby.
That's correct. I take it you're not a fan of this kind of work.
No, ma'am.
Why is that, do you think?
You want the truth?
I'm only interested in the truth, Ted.
Because I think it's bullshit. You don't know me. We don't have history. And yet you just expect me to spill my guts about all the gory details of my life. The fights, the mistakes, my deep, dark secrets. But you ain't listening because you care about me. No. No, you ain't listening to me because you paid to listen to me. You're getting paid to just jot down your little notes and probably just blame it on my folks, right? I mean, you say you're only interested in the truth. And yet here you are, charging an hourly rate for only 50 minutes of work. Like I said, it's
Never mind.
bullshit.
Okay, well, something. He said something.
I can't wait to see his breakthrough.
Oh,
my God.
sorry.
Sorry, Sam.
Miss Alton. Hi.
Call me Rebecca.
Rebecca, sorry. These machines, eh? We've never been so connected, yet never further apart. Is that what you were going to say?
Yes, it was.
Ah. Yeah, I'll see you
Have a
later.
good day.
You too. Bye.
See you, Sam.
How
mean,
funny.
Like, don't necessarily like hate it. Like if they get along, like
I think it would be so cute. Okay, they've got to be addressing this part soon.
I'll just leave him here.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I didn't see you there, Colin.
It's the camouflage.
Nate,
Wonder if I could have a quick word.
Yeah, go for it.
I just wondered. Well, I was wondering if I'd done anything to annoy you. It's just because I felt like you got angry at me for taking the piss yesterday. Danny and Jamie did the same thing, and you didn't get mad at them.
Oh, yeah, I can explain that. Jamie and Danny are like Picasso.
Oh, man.
And Colin, you paint too, but your work doesn't end up in museums.
Yo.
It hangs at, well, you're like a painting at a Holiday Inn. You know, you don't inspire, you don't move people. You're there. You cover a bloodstain.
God, that's so mean.
That's so mean.
Just do the job.
What the fuck is his problem?
I mean, he wants him not getting the validation from his dad, and then, they were quite mean to him previously, too.
I know, but still, like,
Coach,
like,
look at Coach just saw that. Coach, Beard's gonna have a talk.
I don't know. I just think, like, I mean, if that's who he is, then he can be him, but...
Oh, it's you. Hey, I thought you quit smoking.
What? Oh, I have. This is just covering up the smell of the boots.
Oh, that's smart. Well, then why are you in here?
I just needed some space.
Me being here. This is the room where Keely and I decided that smoking doesn't count.
Busted. I did also need some space.
Space from what?
Roy, he's sitting in my office reading Da Vinci Code. Keeps muttering on about the Knights Templar.
Sorry, I just came to the boot room to get some boots.
I think Roy is the cat's pajamas. I do. You know that. It's just sometimes I need a moment to myself, you know?
Keely, stop auditioning your complaints. Just tell the person who can actually do something about it.
Sometimes it's good to bottle things up. That's
No,
how
it's
we
not.
Get, pickles.
And vodka.
Extra virgin olive oil.
And messages.
What?
In a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you think you could take my name off my shirt and then put it back on with big on?
What about Roy?
What?
Grumpy old twat.
But now, I agree with the grumpy part, but the other two words I'd take umbrage with.
Roy is none of those things. He's perfect. And I should know because I spend every minute of every second of every hour of every day with him, right?
Just tell him that you...
Hi, babe.
You talking about me?
Yes, definitely.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
I love how unbothered by that he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Ooh, Sex in the City.
I have never watched Sex in the City.
What's up?
But I feel like it's referenced
just
all the
watched Sex and
time.
the City.
Constantly.
I started a rewatch, and honestly, it really doesn't hold up that well. It's actually kind of
I'm going to read.
suspect.
No way. You can't put it down because the chapters are so short. Oh my God. This geezer wears like a spiked belt. What? Do you want me to read it to you?
No, I know. I just want to watch my TV show, and you're ruining it for me.
Whoa.
Just need some time without you reading or turning me on or just fucking being there all the time.
You don't want me to turn you on?
No. Yes, I do. Sometimes, just not all the time. Sometimes I need to be by myself.
Wait, is this what you've been talking to everyone about?
Yeah, but you don't care.
I didn't, and I thought it was the usual stuff like gossip or how much air I leave in a drain.
It is yeah.
Well, you've been making out to everyone like I'm following you round like a needy, clingy f***ing fridge magnet.
Oh.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, this!
Oh. Oh. I know. Poor thing.
I think we can all agree the Wonder Kid will be managing his own team. Savage instincts, and if I may say, an excellent suit.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Jesus, that's scary.
Oh, it's you. Sorry. You were rude, Colin.
Yeah.
Not just rude. It was personal and weird.
Yep.
No, you're absolutely right. Did you tell Ted? No. This is just between me and you. Do better. The door's behind you. Wait, this is mine.
Magic.
He's a phantom. Is Roy gonna be ridiculous now?
I think his feelings are genuinely hurt.
Okay, but
Hello, Ted. I thought you'd be back.
Really? Why's that?
You said you never quit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest with you about something?
Would I got a boogie in my stash? No, I'm kidding. Sorry, go ahead.
I was quite offended by what you said about my profession.
rightfully so.
That just because a therapist is being paid, they don't actually care. Let me ask you something. Would you coach for free?
Yeah, I would.
But do you?
No, ma'am.
And yet you care about your players, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why would you assume it's not the same for me? I don't assume that all coaches are macho dickheads.
That's a good point. Consider me dunked on. I'm really sorry about that, getting all worked up and saying stuff like that, then storming out of here.
It happens. Self-care can be scary. Fight or flight is a natural response. You just happen to do both. Impressive range, really.
Watch your back, Glenn Close. So you think I'm scared, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to learn the truth.
Ted, the truth will set you free. But first, it'll piss you off.
Her skin is so pretty.
I know,
Your new name should be the truth.
Well, I can't be your mentor without occasionally being your tormentor.
Ooh, I like that.
I knew you would. Let's get started, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember to focus on the here and now. Living in the moment, it's a gift. That's why they call it the present, y'all. Okay, hey, before we get started, Coach Nate, you said you want to say something?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Have at it, Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. Well, basically, I just wanted to make an apology. Colin, yesterday I was a bit of a,
Asshole, prick, cock, wounded butterfly.
Oh.
Yes, I was a cocky, prickish, wounded butterfly's asshole. I really am sorry. It won't happen again.
It's all good, boyo.
Oh, all right.
Aww.
Oh, he does. Yeah, I was gonna say he deserves an apology too.
All right, fellas, hey. So here's the plan today. Peas and carrots, you're going with Coach Roy. Rest of you beef chunks are coming with me. Let's go to work.
Starters with Roy, reserves with Coach.
Say that then, do you know what I mean?
Whistle!
Whistle.
Oi! I said whistle!
Why don't you just use an actual whistle?
I told you. My lips are sensitive to impure metals and whistles give me mouth hives. Jamie!
That is such...
What are you doing? Rashard loses his man, gets into the box, and you run the other way?
I was pulling my defender out of his path.
He's your teammate. He needs you to come to the ball and support him.
Respectfully, coach, that ain't what he needs from me. He needs me to give him space.
What'd you
Click on.
It's the universe
Best thing I can
speaking
do in
to
that
you.
situation is give him space.
He's right, actually.
Yeah, I know. I learned it from Pep.
You got it from Cruyff.
Pronounce Cruyff.
Oh, okay, Englishman.
Look, whatever. The point is that Richard doesn't need me to crowd him. And since he's my teammate, I should trust him to do what's best. Right?
The epiphany.
Wow, because it's clicking
Yes.
through soccer.
I didn't say nothing bad this time.
Roy is kind of like a caveman. Like it's
love
like it's like what fire is clicks in his brain and then he goes and does it immediately. Well, that's cute.
That is so cute.
It was Will's idea.
Was it? Oh, it's a pretty awesome nickname. So, cheers. Yes. Well, no, thank you. But no, this is great. It's really funny. Thank you.
That's nice of him to think. Because he probably looks up to him in a way because it shows where he can get. You know?
Absolutely.
That's your fancy way of asking if I want another one. You guessed right.
Bear with me. I'll be on 2 seconds.
Trent Grimm, the Independent.
All the
Trent
pub
Grimm,
joints.
the Independent.
Trent Krim of the Independent. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I was just having a bite to eat, you know. I would love to get an official statement about your early departure from the Spurs match.
An official statement? Oh. Well, I thought folks knew I had food poisoning.
Yeah, they do. But I'd love a personal quote, if possible.
Okay. Well, I had food poisoning. And because I respect your readers so much, I'll leave out all the specific nastiness that occurred. Yeah. But I'm fit as a fiddle now.
Love our chats.
My pleasure, darling. Genuinely don't think I'll be able to ever meet another Trent again without finishing it. Crim of the Independent. I know I'm going to do it.
I know
I'm going to do it.
If I see an interview now, all I can think is like, you over there, Trent Krim, the Independent.
If I like finally snap, I'll probably just end up changing my name to Trent Krim.
Finally snap.
It's coming someday, guys.
That will be the first step in your evolution.
My implosion?
Yeah,
Yes.
your implosion.
Yes.
Not
yes,
an
yes,
evolution.
That's the last part of my villain arc.
Yeah, don't abandon her just because she wanted some space.
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry. I just
Siri,
no.
play the Roy is Sorry for Not Understanding Keeley playlist.
Oh man.
I stole those roses from your neighbour's garden. Ripped them to shreds. And that's Phoebe's lie. So I'm going to have to give that back or I'm going to get it in the neck. And that's a foot scrub or something. Woman said it's good if you've got gross feet.
What?
I think you're the cat's pajamas, but your feet are in state.
Totally fair. She wears cute shoes. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, her heels will f her feet up.
I found so much of my hair down the drain. It looked like a rat. I got trapped. You're not going to see or hear me for at least 3 hours.
Aww. The thought, the effort.
The effort.
I go home
If
sometimes
he
and
wanted
there's-
to, he
yeah, I'm telling you.
would.
No, for sure. Like, it makes me think of, like, my relationship. Like, I'll come home and there's, like, dinner, a bath with, like, my favorite stuff that I want in it. And then, like, the bed, like, yeah, like, comfy PJs.
Yeah. Oh, ew. But that one negative comment's gonna ruin his freaking day. That's why comments are bad. They play into our cognitive distortions.
Yeah. Also, just, like, you have to remember, like, it's not really normal.
There you go.
Make it like a misery.
Because he's lashing out. And it sucks because, like, he's gotten to experience the turnaround. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one part that, like, really sucks is that he can't realize, like, yes, you were tormented. You were shit on by the team, and it was messed up. But Ted and Roy and all of them came around. They got them to prop you up, and then you were able to excel.
Like, they advocated for you, so why aren't you paying attention to, like, how you can transform people through, like, positive empowerment?
Exactly. Like, you had all of this space they let you go in and thrive and be your best version of yourself. So now you're going, because a new guy comes in, you feel like you have some perceived amount of power over him and you're going to treat him like crap.
I know.
That
Instead
just
of being
sucks.
consistent to who you are, like,
exactly
but that's the thing. It's like he's probably not asking himself like who he is. Like he's
No.
letting like the ideas of the people around him define who he is.
Absolutely.
And like that's also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, I just also too like when you work like them working in like we get comments, you know, about all sorts of stuff. But it's like
Yeah, we do.
when you think about like for people like because I do think it's important, like cyberbullying is like a very like the line as like we become like more into technology and I think like social
very
media and
easily
stuff,
blurred.
It's very easily blurred because it's something that like you hear kids like defending themselves against in schools, right? But then it's also like what do you do when we're all adults and you have people who still do that?
Right.
And it's kind of like no normal. I don't want to say you're not normal if you find yourself being the type of person that leaves like hateful comments on the internet. But I think like there's a lot of majority of people have different priorities. and like you just don't do that. You know,
do it.
You just don't do
Yeah.
that. Like, it's just, I guess you can say it's just not normal. Like, it's not normal to like bully people, but it's also not normal to let like that external
validation impact your everyday life, or
the
criticism.
validation or criticism,
either one. And
because like it's just not.
And the thing, and I do think a lot of people forget that a lot of times when we are acting from a place that comes across as hateful or stuff, it's usually because there's a lot of projection, and there's things that we have going on inside that we haven't necessarily dealt with, and then, you know, they can feel some like Nate, for example, prime example. He felt a loss of power when he read that comment, so he went back to go retrieve some of that power, and he took it out on him, even though Will, was that his name?
The kid.
Yeah. Well, he did a positive, nice thing. A Wonder Kid, like, it's a good nickname, and he meant it it was not to humiliate
Yeah,
him.
and it was term of endearment and to honor like
and because
his
they
moment.
they're still giving him, you know, a little, like, making a little bit of fun for him, because it is funny too, because, you know, we all misspeak, and, you know, he just happened to do it, but it came out cool, because, you know what I mean, and like, it is been a source of positivity for you. So he read that one negative comment about himself and immediately went to go find and take back some of that power that he felt he lost by that comment. And I think when we are taking time to go and spew negative things or whatever, I think that's the time we are like, you know, like, why do I feel this way? Why does that make me feel some type of way? You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where, you know, and I do think the internet has been great because it has been able to give a lot of voices to the powerless, and, you know, people want to feel heard, and they feel they need to, like, they want to get their thoughts across and say things, and that's fantastic in certain constructive ways. It is one of those things where it's just as easy not to say anything at all.
Yeah,
and I think,
but when it becomes an untapped space for people's projections, like, and like you aren't understanding like maybe what type of person is on the other side of that negative comment, or even what type of person is on the other side of a positive comment,
right?
Or like, why are you perceiving it as negative or positive in either direction, and like, what's your perception? So like, it just doesn't, like, it leaves a lot of space for interpretation.
Absolutely.
And like, he's not, I mean, that, it's like, he interpreted the message how he would perceive that based on his conditions through his life, and then
core beliefs that led to his cognitive distortion.
Yeah, and then something positive that was done for him is then turned negative because of his perception
and the lens,
and his lens. Yeah, and so then he's taking that out on somebody who didn't deserve that, and rather taking it out on somebody who would have looked up to him,
right? Who probably does, and it really
look up to
sucks
him,
because
and,
Yeah, so I did not mean to cut you
No.
off. And I think just you brought up a good point, because like the name of the episode is Headspace, and it's like, if you're not, it's exactly like, if you're not in that great headspace to receive that type of criticism or whatever. And that's why I do think, you know, sometimes just being so involved on the internet in general can like really, it hurts a lot of people, and it hurts a lot of things, because there's so many outside voices. And I think it's just a really good thing to recognize that, like, your inner circle and the criticism and validation you're receiving from them, that's what's most meaning, and everybody else, it's really not that important.
And I like how they display it through everybody's, like, Ted's relationship with his therapist based on his predetermined notions about therapists, based on the couples therapy that he went through with his wife, because he probably feels like the divorce came about because of the connections that they were making about their relationship in therapy, and that they didn't care that he was losing his relationship. Like, they weren't finding a solution to fix his marriage. They weren't doing that.
Right.
All of it was leading, for whatever reason it led them probably to have their divorce, things like that. And then you have Keely, like, trying to communicate that she needs space, but it's not that she wants space from his love and from him being there. It's just that she needs time to be able to focus,
right?
And a little bit of that time requires like some time that she needs to take care of herself, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like, but Roy feeling like his perception of being this like weak, needy little puppy, that needs to be around her 24/7, like him thinking that other people are perceiving him that way,
right?
Like, disgusted him to the point that he like overcorrected
Mm-hmm.
and retaliated against her.
Right.
So it's like it's interesting to see like the same thing that's happening with Nate
Right.
is playing out with like in other ways for everyone else.
The writing,
So it's a creative episode. I liked it.
the writing really does really tap into human nature and
Yeah.
that type of space in such a way that keeps the humor alive while being incredibly touching, because it is like, and relationships are hard as it is, you know what I mean? Whether that be with coworkers, friends, relationships, like romantic relationships, it's a lot.
Your
And-
relationship with yourself,
right?
like,
Exactly.
and relationships with strangers,
And-
like,
and because we've all become part of this broader community,
yeah,
you know, and on the internet, that it is really hard to not take things so personal about certain things. And I just do think they did it in a very elevated, really cool way.
Yeah.
I think that this episode was really well written in that matter. I think all the episodes are really well
like
written.
it shows the scale of things. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's so great because there's things that like you touch on, like me personally, you come in and start talking to me while I'm in the middle of a groove, I'm going to be heated. I'm never going to be as nice as Kelly because I am on a groove and I am hyper focused. You better leave me alone, or because once you stop that, I'm getting nothing else done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now I'm done. I'm getting nothing else done. And it sucks because when that executive dysfunction kicks in,
Yeah.
the hyper-focus goes out the window, I can't do anything. So it is like, you know, one of those things. And sometimes you do, like when you are sharing a space with somebody, you do just need that time to still be by yourself. And even
Yeah.
if that looks like just being next to each other in the same room, but not doing anything interactingly, that can sometimes
Yeah,
be
body
enough.
doubling. And that's what I was
Yeah.
saying earlier. It's like I'm not alone, but I've found ways to like with my partner where we can like honor each other's like space at
Mhm.
times. So that way we both can like exist in the same space, but
Yeah.
we're able to like get things done that need to
Right.
be done. Or like we can dedicate ourselves to like the tasks that we know we're best at, that we want to like
Yeah.
complete. And then there are times where we do stuff together, you know, like
Absolutely. And I think that can look different for everyone because like I need like solid alone time, like not just being in the same room. Like I need to go, and it's not because I don't want to be around, you know, significant other people. It's just, I just like, for example, if I've had a really long day at work or say was shooting, like I need to take that 5 minutes or, you know, 15 minutes and I'll stop and I'll like get a cup of coffee somewhere or have a drink somewhere by myself and just sit and just decompress and just, you know, kind of let it all go before I
Yeah.
go home because, you know, I don't want to take the energy that all the times when I'm feeling into something,
Yeah.
you know, because it's just that space alone, especially when you're just interacting with people all day. Now, if I was like, I could only imagine how she's feeling when you are like with your significant other at home and then you're with them at work and then there's no
gap
disconnect.
in between. There's not even a car ride or like
right. You're even driving to work together. Like
Yeah.
there's no that separation and that lack of space, I think would get to me the same way. And it's like did a great job. It's like, she's like, it's not that I don't want you around or I don't want to be there. I just need some time for it to just be me and my own thoughts and only have to think for a moment about myself. And
Yeah.
I think that, again, I
or
think it's
just
really well
nothing
written.
because I think
Yeah.
sometimes like to be around people, even like the people you love, is to perform.
100%.
Like
yeah.
it's to perform and it's to cater. Like regardless of what you're doing, like you're
Mhm.
still putting on. Like you are never like you only know who you are.
right.
Like you're the only person who really knows who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and how you are when you're by yourself will never be how you are fully with other people around
Right.
you, like when there are people present, because like there's always going to be some sort of influence to like change something or do something in a way. I think majority of the time, like you will never no one will ever fully 100% be like know who you are. And so I think having that time with yourself to like be just you is
Mhm.
like valuable.
It is. And I think that's why they say a lot of people who like, you know, who don't like themselves can't be alone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's, I really like myself.
Yeah.
And so there's times where I do just want to hang out in my own head. And
Yeah.
I just feel like I can just, you know, it's exactly like you said, like only you know you. And
Yeah.
there are so many other factors that go into that. And it's just, I don't know where that thought was going. It just died.
Yeah.
So never
No, I
mind.
like the way that they handled it. I didn't
Yes.
know if she was just gonna be like, I need space from you, and like she wasn't gonna be able to explain it. But I think the way that she did it, she was like, I just need like a moment to like do my thing because I appreciate all of these things. It's like I over appreciate all these things that you're doing. So when you're here, it's distracting for me. It's
Right.
not like I can't focus on anything else but you because I do love you that much. But I need time to like just I
Watch
need
some
like
Sex and the
I
City.
need that physical
Just-
space to be able to actually physically focus on myself and like other things for just a moment, because if not, then I lose track of everything else.
Right.
Which I think is a really nice way to put it, because I think sometimes people like want space. I think that shows an indicator that their relationship is actually really strong.
Yeah.
And being able to like find a common ground there. I like the way that they did that, because that's why I was like, really, like I'm attached at the hip, I guess. Like, and it's like, yes, they are too. So it's similar to me, where it's like we found a way to coexist at times where we're not interfering with so much personal space, or we make an effort to actually like schedule time that we do things separately. Because if not, we're always doing everything together.
Right. Yeah.
Which is fine. And I love it. Like, I love it. But it is good to understand like the space that people, because that's time for people to process information and like themselves. And
self-care is very important.
I know. And that's what the therapist was saying to Ted. It can be really difficult to like care for yourself. I know I've met so many people where I'm like, because I used to read tarot, you know? And like one of the big things that I would tell people like that were like struggling like a lot with relationships and things was just like you need to consider like you. Like, what do you feel? Like, what do you need? Like, what do you need right now? And like that it's okay for people, like it's okay for us to do things on our own. Like I used to take myself on a date every Thursday night. Like you should be practicing like loving yourself the same way you want other people to love you.
Yeah.
And like you should also be setting boundaries with yourself the same way that you would want other people to respect your boundaries.
Yeah.
So like you need to practice those with yourself so that way you can better communicate that with others.
Yeah.
And like that's valuable, because that shows that like you can respect yourself and you can love yourself while also like maintaining respect and love for the people around you. And the people who love and respect you will also nurture that need the same at the same level that you need, or at least understand or try to find a way to do the best like by you and for you.
Yeah.
And like that's where you get your mutual relationships and like better and more consistent like love. But I think it's important. Like
it is important. And it is also really important to tackle those core beliefs.
Yeah.
And unwire that brain.
Yeah, and not allow like you said, that cognitive dissonance, like, or distortion. You don't want, like, nothing should be distorting you. Like you shouldn't, you know, like, or at least like you should be aware.
That's the piece.
Like you should be able, like it's important for you to be able to become aware of like, hey, like this has a lot of power over me right now. Like maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to take a step back, or maybe that's not for me. And like, I need to put that down. And like, what do you enjoy? That's why I say, like, what do you need? What do you want?
And it's hard because again, we cognitive distortions, everybody has them, you know what I mean? And it's because of interactions happen throughout our lives, whatever. We all perceive the world different ways.
Yeah, your past preconceived notions.
Exactly. And
we're creatures of habit.
But the moment that you realize like you have that thought and you're like, wait, is that thought serving me? No. Is that thought true? Can I find the flaw in the thought? We are always our own biggest inner critic. But the moment that you switch that inner critic into something else, and you're able to at least be like, no, that's not nice. I'm saying mean things about myself, and I would be pissed if somebody else said that about me.
Yeah,
so
or
why am I saying
hurt,
that
or-
to myself
Yeah.
and not, you know what I mean? So it's just always good to, you know, be growing and evolving and trying to identify those pieces, because at the end of the day, you can see that comment, and it's a way easier to keep scrolling
Yeah.
versus going out and trying to find a way, you know, to disprove it. But we all handle things differently and all that good stuff.
I
But
think the first step is slowing down.
yep, that is
Slow down.
mindfulness. Mindfulness
Slow
is
down.
the root of any therapeutic practice, and how we become more practicing and being present in the moment and realizing,
Yeah.
hey, why am I having this knee-jerk reaction to that moment?
Like slow down for a second and be like, I would just think like, does that make me feel good? Yay or nay? And then I kind of ask that every time. Like, if I responded this way, would that make me feel good? Yay or nay? And then it's like, okay, like then I can like slow myself down, and like then I don't feel as pressured to like make decisions, or like how Ted's like stomping in and out of the therapy sessions. Like, it's like, decide, Ted. Like, does it make you feel good to tell her that, or to yell at her like that?
Yeah.
And like say those things about her job? Does that make you feel good? And do you want to be perceived as like, because perception does matter in some degrees, but it's like, do you want to be perceived as like this coach who actually just doesn't, you know?
Right.
like you're actually being kind of an ass. Like, is that how you want to be perceived? Or like, do you want to be consistent with the person that you have shown you can be?
Yeah.
And be that person over being like consistent with being shitty.
It was cool to see that he did get up like multiple times to say he wasn't going to do it. And then finally, like he sits down to have the session. She goes, hey, that hurt my feelings. And they address that piece. And then we don't even actually see the session, but like maybe that's going to go somewhere. And that's just awesome. And
actually, and that's valuable too, is like this episode really shows too, like you do not have the ability to control other people. Like you kind of sometimes just have to let the people closest to you, like act the way that they're going to act. And as long as they're open to conversation, open to understanding, and open to finding the mutual ground, that's where work can get done. And like otherwise, like sometimes you just kind of have to like let people do what they're doing, tell them how you're feeling, be straight up and honest eventually about how you're feeling, and then like hope that they come around. And the people that come around, it's like I said earlier, those are the people that can respect those boundaries,
right?
The way that you need.
Absolutely. Second that. I love the episode. We all know I'm a big therapy girl.
Yeah,
So I'm
same.
love it. Show that self-care and self-love and self-work. Self-esteem, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great episode.
Great episode.
If we don't cut ourselves off now, we're just going to keep talking this whole time. So. All
right. Love you guys.
See ya.
Bye.